Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna be doing my first thing after realizing taking codes from AI in literature. So first of all, I'm gonna head on to PHP my admin, which obviously I'll need to use XAM, right? So first of all, I'll try to make some changes in it and head over to XAM and make sure your XAM is on. So after switching on the XAM, so what I do next is I'll go to head on to PHP my admin, create the database and table as well. So I'm gonna write it out. For what I know is creating database right in PHP man. When you always go on with the with this create and keywords and all the keywords in MySQL dot my all the keywords in PHP man are being written in uppercase. Though I believe SQL doesn't have any key sensitive. I know SQL doesn't have any case sensitive word, so we just prefer to use it in order to distinguish between both of them, right? Because you see, most of the keywords are being colored, while our normal random words like our database name, our table name, and stuff are just using random dark color. So we head on to create database, use database, login demo, and create table within that database, which I'm gonna call user. The first ID I did increment. So with that ID, email, and password, which I'm guessing most of us knew, I was just seeing what I can do. I've been using AI for a while, and I just decided to go on with this, like start writing on my own. And there are some things I knew already, and since I was using AI, I was just doing fast and fast, copy and paste. But I ain't doing that no more. I'm just gonna try to get information from AI and copy them all by myself, so I could get that muscle memory and stuff. So when I created my table, I had to insert some data in it, right, which were that I said. So we head on to VS Code in order to write it code in it. So we started with hash password. What I wanted to do here was to create a password, right? Create a hashing password, because that's what I believe with PHP. PHP mostly meant for security. So if I get a password hash from here and get it pasted in my PHP and in my database, right? That would be cool rather than just writing plain password, which I know, though my lecturer told me something like that, I know it wasn't good. That wasn't a good sign of practice. So I had to come hash sheet first using PHP hash and default password and go check out the page on Google Chrome using same PHP with file directory in it. So I got here, which I got the hashing password. So I think this thing is about 32 bits. Yeah, the hashing password. So I had to paste it there, same as I added the values. I added values which were chase and the password for login credential. So we go and proceed with the next. So tap go, then you go on. I think you're gonna save, right? While it's loading. Okay, that's it. Means everything is being saved up. The database has been created, table and stuff. So head on to VS Code to see what we can do. So first off, I'll create the database connections in it. I try to create a database connection, which is, PHP always begins with that sign. I don't know how is it greater than or less than with question mark PHP, which means hypertext processors. That's the mean. I think that's the meaning of PHP. So what I had to do here was to create the database connection, which was I had to define my variable, which was connection equal. I know for variables you can just put anything, and the real thing that does stuff here is these things like my SQL connect, because I didn't figure that out at first. It was when I started typing things like this. I started typing on my own before I started realizing things like this, like my SQL connect. These are the things that play the most fatal role in when it comes to PHP. All the variables are just naming stuff, so I had to declare the connection, which I'm using localhost root, and Sam doesn't have a password, so I'm gonna leave that empty, and which is which is the name of the database. So what I did here was, perhaps I've seen some codes which you write in case your database incorrect, so it's gonna highlight what is actually wrong with it, right? So I haven't had that yet, but I know with time I'm gonna get that through. So what I'm doing is I'm just displaying the connection die connection in case connection fail, right? So yeah, that's it. So head on to the login page. Session start. For what I know with session start is it just keep a little it just keeps some certain data, so your page doesn't have to refresh and go back to the login page. That's what I know. If maybe if you've got otherwise or something, if you could let me know in the comment section. So with that, we proceed with the next. Require ones is like getting some information from this page, which is jb.php, in order to get access, like so they could develop some certain level of communication. So yeah, I know there are two which are require and include, but I mostly use include at time because we include with sorry, I mostly use required because with the required at once I know in case this data fails, right, the data wouldn't, like, the code will stop running. But with the include, you could use include when your data is not that sensitive, like when the other data, but for here, for now, and I think this is sensitive. And if I think I said it's just something that I think I said it's just something that allows data to be inputted. Like it says if data is being inputted and the button is being pressed. That's just what I know. With this form stuff, it's just normal because I started since day one with HTML. So rewriting forms like this is almost just very normal for me. Just include the other thing. Like the thing I don't really work with is CSS styling. With that, I know I could get it from anywhere. So I just do my structuring stuff and move on with it. I had to create the email and password. The name could come later, but this thing was just a trial. So I had to just get it with this. It was just a trial. So I did that. Yeah, password placeholder. I know these names I'm aligning to this input, like input name, email, input name, password. I know it's something like I'm gonna use as a feedback or some level of communication with the PHP in order to for them to communicate, in order for data from the name and from the email and password should come over to the PHP, which could communicate with the server, something like that. So I had to, since I didn't use styling, I had to put a line break in it, so they each all begins in a new line. Added the button and yeah, added a name to a button. So I'll use the I set. I think I'll use the I set here to call it with the login page. So what I'm saying is, in case the data is being inputted and the I set is being tapped, that's what it's gonna show. I know someday with some perhaps I'm a certain, like certain, probably I'm gonna know better than this. So now, because I've been using AI for a lot, way a lot. So I had to just, had to start doing my own things. Because I've got things I want to build. But things are like a lot I want to build. So it's stuff from AI. Perhaps it might give me a bug which I don't know how to solve. So I start calling out the email, naming the email variable, like the email, right? Like the email I named the email in the HTML. I named the email in the HTML. So what I'm gonna do here is call call that data from the email, and it's been saved in PHP, like variable email. So that's what is holding data. It's like in C or whatever language. In C, for example, you say in something, that's you declaring it. And this means declaring my own data, which is email equals to post $/post. That's receiving accepting data from HTML, because PHP can work on its own since it's a site scripting language in it. Password same, still holding data. So we move on to MySQL. My dollar SQL is just a way to name variable, like you can call it anything. So all what I did here was equal to select all from users. That's a that's an SQL command, which means data from here, right? Data is going to be sent into SQL, and SQL will see and detect something that's an instruction that says select all users containing the same email and check if the password is correct. But from here, right, the password ain't really necessary. Like I haven't included the password yet. For me, I'm just like bringing bring all information based on this email. Okay. So here, what it's gonna do is gonna bring me out the result, which says my SQL query combining the connection of database, which is gone from the other table, and query, which is my SQL. Sorry, MySQL, which is SQL from here. Next, user, normal variables, which would perhaps I don't really know this one, but I just know it was necessary. I'm gonna figure that out maybe some other time. But for now, I'm just stay put. If user, if user, yeah. As for now, we use password verify. Probably it's a way of hashing and using hashing password for what I know for now, right? Including user, which I'm guessing that's data from above, like the variable we name MySQL fetch assert above. Okay, move on with session. I know many of you be thinking like I've been looking, it's better off, it's better off than to be looking. Though what I'm doing probably is somehow out of my head, right? So for from there, session user equal to that, like I'm getting data from what that that algo is giving me underneath. Now that ain't what I'm doing. I'm just doing something I was hoping is correct. So perhaps it's helping me, in case there's something I'm doing wrong or something which doesn't align. So it helps me with that. So I'll just the way I did it, Like he's saying like he's just suggesting that somewhere along the line some things might be wrong. So I'm checking what is wrong. So I had to do it get so delete some curly braces and stuff in it. And that's good. And I proceed. And I notice everything is good and I proceed. I guess you all know this, like saying in case those don't align, the email and password don't align, you echo that message. You echo invalid or password because um for my research I noticed like you're better off by using invalid password or email in case, for example, a hacker comes in, he will know this user doesn't belong to this database or something. That was what I knew. Rather than just putting invalid password alone, if they say I was supposed to be invalid email or password which align with everything. So in case hacker comes in looking for your data, he or she will know. He or she will have some doubt, of you not having any data in that database. So perhaps you're gonna move on shortly. Move on to this data I think dashboard, yeah. For example, in case the email and password align, this is where the system gonna take the user like that dashboard page. So the use of the session studies for in case like you log into the system, right? You log into the dashboard and you refresh your dashboard, it doesn't take you back to the login page. So he had some synchronized data that was saved in the database or somewhere in the server or system. With you using HTTP via Hyper Text Transfer Protocol, server or secure something. So it helps of you with using that, since I know some of the session media or something, it doesn't store data, right? Data from the user. So you use session start to store a little bit of synchronized data from your user. Then we proceed with normal HTML. Things out that's good perhaps. That's saying what we're trying to do here is in case user is correct and in case you guys logged in, right? The system is gonna echo out his name. Actually, I did use an email, so perhaps it's gonna be echoing out his email because I didn't put in an input box for name, so I just used email and password since it was something just for practice stuff in it. So I use just next time I think I'm gonna add the name in it. So proceed. So it's gonna echo out like welcome example gmail.com or something. Depending the email I used to sign in and log out. This is a page that baffles me a lot for real because I don't really know how to proceed with this logout page. All I know is it's just session destroyed. That's all I know about the logout page. Perhaps I'm gonna know more with time, If you're going on session start, session destroy, and take user back to the login page in it. That's a header, which is somewhere like directing, like server directing the user to the login page in it. So your data is being closed and being protected for now and exit. Yeah, I'm really happy with me doing this, really happy because okay, yeah, because but rather than typing code, so I just realized that when I made this, I was really happy in it. I was really happy because uh, I learned something I could have learned, a while back. Because I thought probably I was learning. Because same time I've been looking at codes all over and over, just copy paste. Think I'm looking at them where I don't even learn shit. I don't even learn nothing. But right now, perhaps I'm learning. Like I'm really learning, and I know I could do this, could going on, and I'm gonna get some knowledge with me building my system. That's it. So I checked out the name and everything. So I want to check if everything gonna go well in case I did good or what. So I did login. I did inserted the data from my SQL. So I'm gonna come try it out if everything works well. So since I did it with the name first and the box said I was supposed to add IO. So I'm gonna come here to come add the IO, make it in the form of email rather than just name in it. Yeah, so I'll need to add iao.gmail.com. Then I'll need to copy the email, go back to check if it aligns with the password, and it's gonna take me to the dashboard. Yeah, that's it. Ah, thank God it did work. Like it's good, bro. It did work. Like wasn't easy, fam. It wasn't really easy, but it did work. I'm still trying again. Chase Yahoo gmail.com with password. I'll just copy and paste. Yeah, I did work. I'm gonna try different password now. Like I'm gonna try different password, different username to see what's gonna be the output of it. Maybe that it. Try something different. You see, now it's giving me invalid email or password. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. We're moving. Still good. I'm gonna go try and in Nitro tab to see how it's gonna look like. I know. And if you stay this far watching this video, I'm really happy you did. That's some watch time you adding into my portfolio. I'm really happy. And if you could still do me a favor, I'm gonna be happy more with you tapping the thumbs up or subscribe, even if you want to stay more and see how I achieve this thing. Because perhaps this is my first. After I realize something, this is a first. So that's how things gonna look like now. I'm just gonna be uploading my stories. I'm gonna like how things gonna look like, because I really wanna do something in it. Okay, so stay tuned so we could do more.